commuters, welcome to Commuting with Julie. So yesterday I listened to a podcast called You Are Not So Smart. I've been listening to this podcast on Stitcher. I think he's also on iTunes, but I listened to this one, and actually it was his podcast, I think number 72, and it was a repeat of an earlier one that I had missed, and he was doing an interview with David Dunning. Who's David Dunning, Julie? Well, let me tell you, commuters. David Dunning is a man who came up with the Dunning-Kruger effect. And I might be saying that Kruger part wrong. Maybe Krieger. And this is the effect of basically saying you don't know what you don't know. And they discovered that if people, they did all these, I should have taken notes, but I was driving, and you can't take notes when you're driving. But you got to listen to this podcast. First of all, you should listen to the podcast all the time. And he's written 2 books. I'm going to get the books. The man who does the podcast, whose name is escaping me right now, so this kind of sucks. But basically what he said, is that the more incompetent you are, the less you realize you're incompetent. So, which is kind of like the Peter principle, isn't it? That you rise to your own level of incompetence. So if you don't know how stupid you are, and I know, here's the thing, it's been going around on memes all the time. Memes? Whatever. I don't remember who said it, but they were quoting somebody, and it basically said that the stupid people in the world think they know it all, and the people who really do know it all are doubting themselves. I think that's what this is. It's the whole purpose is the smarter you are, the more you realize how little you know and how you could be wrong. So either I am the dumbest person in the room, which I'm sure some of my right-wing people probably think I am, or I'm the smartest person in the room, because I do have doubts. I do have doubts about stuff. I can tell you this, though. Today is the Wisconsin primary. I didn't vote this morning because I want to get to work. But I'm going to leave work in time to be able to vote tonight. And here's the thing. I was going to cast a vote for Paul Nealon because I just do not like Paul Ryan and I want him out. But I can't. I can't vote for this guy. Ann Coulter was in Janesville yesterday. And I'm a man. Coulter was in Janesville yesterday campaigning for this guy. Well, she's one of the far right wing. She's one of the extremists. They hate Paul Ryan. The only thing that the extremists on the left and the extremists on the right have in common is they both hate Paul Ryan. I don't like Paul Ryan because he's not moderate enough. He's not willing to work enough. And because his ideas are ridiculous. The man leads from reading Ayn Rand. She was a fiction writer. I don't live my life according to To Kill a Mockingbird. I don't. There are books, and you know what? I'm sorry. I have bought the audible version of not the Fountainhead, what's the other one? Atlas Shrugged. And I have bought Atlas Shrugged, and I get through not even the first chapter, and I'm like, this is the worst written piece of crap I have ever read in my life. How anybody can consider it classic is beyond me. I mean, there's lots of books that I have read where I'm like, I don't really like your message. But at least they weren't slop. Her stuff is just slop. It's just lecture after lecture after lecture. Really, in a fiction book. Like slamming it into your face. It's like, no. And the irony of this is Little Miss I Don't Want Any Government ended up having to use her Social Security to support herself because either she mismanaged her money or she didn't make enough off her books. I don't know which is true. I'm not trying to say anything about which is true. It could be she just didn't make enough money off her books and she ended up on Social Security, and that was the thing that, Republicans are like, see, we shouldn't do this. So, anyway, I can't vote for the other Paul because the only thing he and I agree on is the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and that we don't agree on this trade agreement. I'm sorry, that just seems like a race to the bottom. When we open this up so that other countries can go move other places, and anything, and here's the thing, here's the real reason that I'm truly upset about it, is I can't read all of it. I cannot find the full thing to read. If you want me to agree with it and go, Julie, this trade agreement would be really fantastic, you better frickin' open it up so I can read the whole thing. Because otherwise, no. I remember NAFTA and the disaster that has become. So that's my thing. Go vote if you are in Wisconsin. I don't know if anybody else is holding a primary today. Go vote in your primary. If you didn't already do it, hopefully you see this in enough time to go, hey, Julie says I got to vote in the primary. And go listen to You're Not As... Oh, see how smart I'm not? You're not as smart as you think you are. Because I'm telling you, especially number 72, try to start at the beginning. But he's got so many of them now, I realize that that's almost an impossibility. But it's a really good podcast. And I really think, it makes you think. It's how your brain works. And that's fascinating. Because sometimes we don't know what we don't know. But sometimes we think our brain is showing us one thing and it's really not. Everything our brain shows us is a perception. So we have all these individual perceptions. It's a wonder we ever agree on anything at all, ever. So that's my thing. And I'm not going to say have a good day because I have no idea what time of day I'm going to be able to get this up. But I hope you had a great day, or I hope you have a great day. Just go out there, people, and make it a great day.